So I'm going to go ahead and clear the air on something. Just put it out there, and most of you are going to agree with me on this, and that is fitness is complicated. It's way more complicated than it needs to be because, yeah, if you're bodybuilding, if you're getting on stage, if you're chasing after certain things or certain goals, then fitness is a little bit more complex and there's more things that you need to manage and more things you need to do. But let's be honest, most of us over the age of 50 are looking for simplicity. And if you ask most men over the age of 50 why they are not sticking with their fitness routines, it's because, one, they'll say they can't find the time. But most of the time, what you'll hear is there's too much out there, there's too much information, it's just way too complicated. But let me tell you, it needs to be simple. Fitness shouldn't be complicated. Listen, we can go searching for information and we're going to find all kinds of stuff. But here's the problem. We're going to find people that are on TRT giving us advice. We're going to find people that are on steroids giving us advice. We're going to find people that are in their teens and 20s giving us advice. But us guys over the age of 50 can't really use most of that information, okay? Even I am guilty at times of putting information out there that is a little complicated. And that goes against everything that I believe when it comes to simplicity with fitness. But I'm trying to give people the education and the knowledge and the tools to put in their bag so that they can go after whatever goal they may have. And that requires different methods and different protocols depending on what your goals are. But for most of us who are getting up in age, we don't want to spend a bunch of time having to count every calorie. We don't want to have to sit there and watch everything that we put on our plate, everything that we eat. We don't want to miss out on going to the restaurant. We don't want to miss out on enjoying food, and we don't want to spend 3 hours a day in the gym. And we don't have to. That's the truth. We don't have to. And that's what I want to tell you here is simplicity is something we need to get back to when it comes to fitness, because we've gotten too far away from it. And I'm going to continue to put out videos that are going to break down different methods and different ideas and different ways of obtaining certain goals and growing muscle and cutting calories, whatever. I'm going to still put stuff out there. But at the end of the day, what's most important is two things. Watching your calories without having to change a lot of the foods that you eat. So keeping your fat under control, that's the first thing. And the second thing is not worrying about growing all this muscle mass, but just keeping whatever we have and then working with that and staying fit. Listen, guys, when you get to be over the age of 50, like I and most of you are, it hurts to get out of bed. Let's be honest. It hurts just to get out of bed. So why do we want to go in the gym and lift all this crazy amount of weight and do all this other stuff that so many are suggesting that we should be doing? And, you know, yes, I like to lift to failure. I do. I like to take my last set to failure. I like to push myself. But I put the heavy weights away. I don't go real heavy when I do this stuff. I do drop sets and pyramid lifting and things like that. I have a favorite restaurant that's near to where I live. And they serve up one of the best prime ribs that money can buy. I'm telling you, it's excellent. I'm going out with my wife and I'm going to this restaurant and I'm going to get that prime rib. Now, I may trim the fat off, some of the fat off, but I'm going to eat this prime rib. I don't eat it every day and I don't eat it every week. But I will go to this restaurant and I will have my prime rib. When Thanksgiving comes, and it's coming, I'm going to eat. I want to enjoy Thanksgiving. I've worked hard all of my life. I don't want to sit there every day of my life. Most of you don't want to sit there every day of your life and pull out your phone or your notebook and count every single calorie that you put in, including the creamer in your coffee. That's frustrating. That's not fun. Who wants to do that? You're not going to stick with that. Nobody's going to stay with a plan like that. Here's a better idea. When you're trying to keep your fat under control, you're not trying to be ripped. You're not trying to be the next Hulk or whatever. I mean, you're just trying to stay in physical shape. And to do that, all you need to do is make a decision to cut back 75 calories a day. Where can I cut 75 calories a day? That's simple. Where can I cut 100 calories a day? Because if you can cut that 3,000 a day calorie count down to 2,500 calories over time, then that's going to put you in a good place. So where do you start? You start with 100 calories a day. Okay, well, I keep working on that, and eventually I'll find a place where I can get my calories down from 3,000 to 2,500 without having to change all the foods that I like. Some of you may like to eat that bowl of cereal. I used to do that. I used to love cereal. I quit cereal. I did. If you want to eat cereal, then find somewhere else to make adjustments. But don't cut out the food that you like just because you're trying to keep the fat under control. I hope that makes sense to you. And when you go to the gym 3 days a week, 4 days a week. Put in an hour. Put in 45 minutes. Do some walking in the mornings or in the evenings or whatever you want to do. But do it casually. Do it so that it's enjoyable. But the last thing that we need to do is put all this pressure on ourselves to where we can't enjoy life. So we've gotten to this place where we've decided, oh, I'm 50 now, I'm 60 now, I want to get in shape. So let me start counting all my calories. Let me start working out 2 hours a day. Let me lift all this crazy amount of weight. Let me go search for all these different workout programs. We don't need to do all that. For most of us who are not competing, you just need to control the fat, okay? If you're 18% body fat, so be it. If you're healthy, it's okay. And the other thing is if you're lifting 3 days a week, if that's your routine and you're putting in a good solid 3 days a week of lifting weights, and you also do some running or some walking or whatever else you do, so what? Great. That's awesome. You are doing great. And you're in great shape. I'll guarantee it. Now, do you have that 18-year-old beach body? Maybe not. Are you 8% body fat? Probably not. Who cares? You need to enjoy your life, because if you're enjoying your life and you're keeping it simple, then this will continue long term because it's fun to do, it's easy to do, and you feel good, and you feel good about yourself when you are going through with it and you're doing these things. You've worked too hard, you've put in the time, and there's no reason to stop enjoying your life now. So don't let fitness be a burden. Let fitness be something that you enjoy. Let it be simple for you. Until I catch you on the next video, I appreciate you stopping by Fit After 50. Now you go get fit.